Her male friend smirked. You were always the backup plan. In my living room, I said, you're right, then hit record and froze our joint accounts with one email. The next night, a number from her gym texted me, he's not the only one, and I need to write this down because people keep telling me I'm either a saint or a monster, and I honestly don't know which one I am anymore. My name is Ethan. I'm 34 years old, and until 3 months ago, I thought I had a solid marriage. Not perfect, but solid. The kind where you split the mortgage on a 3-bedroom ranch in suburban Austin, meal prep on Sundays, and have genuine arguments about whose turn it is to take the recycling out. I'm a risk analyst for a software company downtown. My entire job is to spot problems before they blow up, to see patterns others miss, to predict catastrophic failures. The irony of what happened is not lost on me. My wife Bree is 32, marketing coordinator at a boutique agency. She's always been the social one, the one who lights up a room. I've always been the guy making sure the room has working smoke detectors and someone's tracking the Wi-Fi password. We met 7 years ago at a friend's barbecue. She walked over and asked if I was always this serious or just deeply invested in the burger-to-bun ratio. I said both. We talked for 3 hours. I proposed 2 years later at the same backyard, wearing the same shirt because she'd mentioned once that she liked it. She said yes and told me I was the steadiest thing in her life. The first few years were good. We bought the house, figured out chores, had Friday takeout traditions. It wasn't exciting, but it was ours. 6 months ago, things started shifting. Nothing explosive. Just small things that didn't quite line up. Bree joined a new gym in January. One of those trendy places with motivational quotes on the walls and trainers who post transformation photos on Instagram. She said she wanted to feel stronger. I thought that was great. But then the schedule changed. 3 days a week became 5. She'd text at 7 saying her session ran over, then walk in at 9:30 smelling like expensive body spray I'd never seen in our bathroom. She started showering immediately when she got home, even after quick workouts. New athletic wear appeared. High-end matching sets. When I mentioned I didn't remember her buying them, she got defensive. I used my bonus money. Is that okay with you? I dropped it, but we'd agreed bonuses went to our bathroom remodel fund. I handle our finances. We share a credit card for household expenses. That's when I started noticing odd charges. Smoothie bar transactions. $25 each, multiple times weekly. Gift cards to places we'd never been. A hotel deposit in Round Rock for a Wednesday night, $250. When I asked, Bree got hostile fast. It's a work thing, Ethan. Client dinner. On a Wednesday? In Round Rock? God, you're so insecure. Do you want me to carry around a hall pass? I didn't push it. I just started saving the statements, downloading PDFs, organizing them. Because that's what I do. I document. The fight started getting worse. I'd load the dishwasher wrong and she'd slam plates on the counter. Forget cilantro at the store and she'd act like I'd sabotaged dinner. Everything I did irritated her. Physical distance grew. We used to sit close on the couch. That stopped. She sat on the opposite end, then went to the bedroom entirely. Morning kisses became quick pecks, then just waves, then nothing. One night in late March, she looked at me across the dinner table. Don't you ever want more, Ethan? Don't you feel like life is just gray? I asked what she meant. I feel like we're going through motions. Work, home, groceries, sleep, repeat. Don't you want to feel alive? I told her I thought we mattered. What we'd built together mattered. She stared at her plate. Maybe that's the problem. 2 weeks later, I couldn't take the uncertainty. We were cleaning up after dinner. I set down the dish towel and asked, Bree, is there someone else? She froze. 5 seconds of silence. Then she looked at me. Yes. Relief hit me first. The uncertainty was over. The weird charges, late nights, fights from nowhere, it all had an explanation. Then she said it. You're safe, Ethan, but you're not exciting. I asked what that meant. I need to feel chosen, not just convenient. I need passion, someone who makes me feel special. I wanted to tell her that showing up every day was choosing her, that paying bills, fixing things, maintaining her car, all of that was choosing her. Every boring, steady day. but I didn't say it. I just asked one question. Are you leaving? She nodded. I think I need to. Something shifted in me. Self-preservation, maybe. Dignity. Then choose it fully, Bree. But you don't get to keep me as a backup plan. She looked surprised. Maybe she expected begging. She packed a suitcase that night. Said she'd come back tomorrow for the rest. Wouldn't tell me where she was going. I watched her taillights disappear. Then I closed the door and made a choice. I wasn't going to fall apart. I was going to treat this like any catastrophic risk scenario. Identify variables. Protect assets. Document everything. I went into work mode immediately. Changed every password I controlled. Called my bank. Froze our joint line of credit. Flagged suspicious activity. Built a spreadsheet. Mortgage. Utilities. Insurance. Phone plan. Subscriptions. Shared debt. I needed to know exactly what we were tied to. Then I texted her. All communication about separation goes through email or text. We need a paper trail. No response. The next morning, Megan called. My sister's an ER nurse with zero tolerance for nonsense. You sound weird. What happened? I told her factually. Bree admitted the affair. She left. I'm protecting assets. You need 3 things: a lawyer, full financial separation, and stop acting like you can fix this by being reasonable. She's on a different playbook. Get ahead of it. She was right. I called a lawyer that afternoon. 3 days later, an alert hit my phone. Someone requested a limit increase on our joint credit line from $10,000 to $25,000 and tried transferring $5,000 to an external account. Bree did it. I called Caleb, a college friend who works at a credit union. Request a freeze. Require in-person verification with ID. Document everything. She's building a financial safety net. Assume the worst. That night, Bree texted, "Why did you freeze the credit line?" "I need access to our money for living expenses," I replied. "Shared funds stay where they are until we have a legal separation agreement. Emergency expenses can be discussed through a mediator." She called 17 times. I didn't answer. The next day, I found the note by accident. We'd been using a shared iPad for household stuff. Grocery lists, shared calendar. Bree had been logged into her iCloud account forever. She forgot it was still syncing. I was adding milk to the shopping list when I saw a new note titled Reset Plan. I clicked it. Bullet points. A project plan for leaving your husband. Move emergency fund to personal account. Done. Update emergency contact to Tyler. Done. Keep calm until everything transferred. In progress. Tyler's apartment. Confirm move-in. First week May. Close joint accounts. Take kitchen stuff gradual. Won't notice. Guest room furniture. Take it. Tell mom before controls narrative. The line that made me nauseous. Keep calm until I'm clear. I screenshotted everything. Sent it to my lawyer. Logged out. Didn't say a word to her. 2 days later, Bree came for more things. She brought Tyler. He walked in like he belonged there. Mid-20s, athletic, motivational quote tattoo. Looked around my living room like he was appraising it. "This is Tyler," Bree said. Tyler smiled, condescending. "Hey man, no hard feelings, right? She just needs someone who gets her. She needs to feel alive. You're a good guy, but you're just safe." I didn't speak, just stood there, doorbell camera recording. "This furniture yours or hers?" Tyler asked, pointing at our couch. "Ours. It's not going anywhere." "Cool. Just asking. Trying to figure out what'll fit at my place." Mrs. Harlow, our HOA neighbor, was watering roses, watching everything. She texted later. "Ethan, that man was very loud. If you need a witness, I'm here." I saved the text. Before they left, Bree pulled me aside. "If you make this messy, I will tell everyone you were controlling, that you monitored my spending, made me feel trapped." I handed her my lawyer's business card. "All communication goes through my attorney. We're done talking directly." She looked shocked, then left. I didn't hear from her for 2 weeks. Then Megan called at 11 on a Tuesday night. "Ethan, Bree's in the ER. Car accident. Bad one. The driver might have been impaired. She's stable but hurt. They called you because you're still her emergency contact." I drove to the hospital in silence. The nurse handed me forms. insurance verification, consent for treatment, authorization for medical decisions. I filled out insurance, then stopped. I need a patient advocate. We're separated, divorcing. I'll provide tonight's information, but I'm not signing anything making me responsible for long-term decisions. The advocate understood. Smart. I'll note the emergency contact needs updating. I spent 2 hours providing information. Then I saw her briefly. Fractured tibia, bruising, lacerations, possible concussion. She looked small in the hospital bed. Tyler was drunk, she said, crying. He ran a red light. The second police showed up, he left. He didn't even check if I was okay. You're going to be okay. Your mom's contact is in your file. Will you stay? No. I left. Bree texted the next morning from a new phone. Can we talk, please? I checked with my lawyer first. He said public place, keep it short, no commitments. I texted back, coffee shop on West Lynn, Friday at 2. She showed up early. Walking boot, bruises, stitches. She struggled across the parking lot. Thank you for coming. I nodded. Ethan, I need to come home. I made a huge mistake, but I'm your wife. You can't abandon me. I didn't abandon you. You left. That was different. I was confused. And now you are? Thinking clearly? She cried. I got hurt. I could have died. And you're acting like you don't care. I care that you're safe. I gave the hospital everything needed, but caring about your safety doesn't mean I'm your husband anymore. A tragedy doesn't erase a marriage. No, but choices do. She got desperate. Tyler left me. The second things got hard, he disappeared. Doesn't that prove I was wrong? It tells me you picked someone who didn't value you. That's not my fault. So you're going to punish me forever? I'm hurt and alone. I took a breath. I can be humane without being yours again. I hope you heal, but you can't use me as a parachute. She cycled through tactics, crying, anger, guilt, accusations. You're abandoning me at my lowest. I'm setting a boundary. That's different. I stood to leave. She grabbed my arm. Please. I love you. I removed her hand gently. I don't think you do. I think you love having someone steady to fall back on. But that's not love. That's insurance. I left her sitting there. Drove home. Then I finally let myself fall apart in my garage for 20 minutes. Then I called my lawyer and told him to move forward. A week later, my lawyer set up a formal separation meeting. Mediated. Neutral location, a conference room at his office downtown with 2 bright fluorescent lights and a table that seated 12 people even though there were only going to be 6 of us. Bree brought her mom. I brought Megan. Each side had our lawyer. The mediator was a woman named Patricia who'd apparently been doing this for 20 years and had the exhausted competence to prove it. I'd spent the previous 3 days packing all of Bree's remaining belongings. Everything she'd left behind. Everything she'd missed when Tyler helped her move out that day. I sorted it all. Clothes organized by type and season. Jewelry in labeled bags. Books she'd bought. Kitchen items her parents had given us that I knew she'd want. I put everything in labeled boxes with inventory sheets. Because even now, even hurt and angry and done, I couldn't be careless with her things. I loaded the boxes into my car the morning of the meeting. Brought them to the conference room early. Stacked them neatly in the corner. Her mom saw them when she arrived and started crying. When Bree walked in on her crutch, moving better than a week ago but still clearly in pain, she saw the boxes and stopped. You packed my things. Yes. You labeled everything. Yes. She opened one box, looked inside. Her voice came out small. You folded all my clothes. I didn't respond. What was I supposed to say? That I couldn't help treating her belongings with care even though she'd treated our marriage like something disposable. We sat down. Patricia went through the standard mediation opening. Ground rules. Everyone gets to speak. We're here to find fair solutions. This doesn't have to be adversarial. My lawyer slid a document across the table. We've prepared a separation agreement proposal. The assets and debts are fairly straightforward since there are no children and most major assets are clearly owned. The house is in Ethan's name only, purchased before the marriage. The vehicles are separately titled. The main items to address are the joint savings account, the line of credit, and a separate matter regarding marital funds. Bree's lawyer scanned the document. This looks standard. 50-50 split on the joint savings. Each party responsible for their own credit card debt. What's this section about reimbursement? My lawyer looked at me. I nodded. He slid another document across the table. This is a detailed accounting of charges made on the joint credit card that were used to fund Mrs. Parker's extramarital relationship. Hotel deposits, weekend trip to Fredericksburg, gift cards to restaurants, purchases that coincided with documented meetings with Tyler Harrison. The total is $8,347. Bree's face went pale. Her lawyer started to object, but I held up my hand. I'm not doing this to punish you. I'm doing this because it's fair. We agreed when we got married that joint money was for joint expenses and decisions. You used shared funds to build a relationship outside our marriage without my knowledge or consent. You used money I helped earn to fund hotel rooms where you were with someone else. That's not a shared expense. That's not something I agreed to. Her mom started to argue. She was unhappy. You clearly weren't meeting her needs. Megan cut her off. With respect, ma'am, being unhappy doesn't give you the right to steal. And that's what this was. She took shared resources and used them for personal purposes without consent. If Ethan had done that, you'd be the first one calling it financial abuse. Patricia held up her hands. Let's stay focused on solutions. Mr. Parker is requesting reimbursement for funds he can document were used inappropriately. Mrs. Parker, do you dispute these charges occurred? Bree looked at the spreadsheet. All those transactions I'd been saving, documenting, organizing for months. She couldn't deny them. They were right there in black and white. No, she said quietly. And do you dispute that these were used for the purposes described? Longer pause. No. Then we need to find a reasonable reimbursement structure. Mr. Parker, what are you proposing? My lawyer answered. Reimbursement can come from Mrs. Parker's portion of the joint savings account. Alternatively, if she doesn't have liquid funds, we can structure a payment plan over 12 months. We're flexible on the method, but the principle is non-negotiable. We agreed on a deduction from her half of the joint savings. It left her with about $4,000 instead of $12,000. She'd still have something to start over with, but she'd face consequences for her choices. Then I slid my own document across the table. A timeline. This outlines the separation of all shared accounts and responsibilities. 60 days from today, I want the following completed. I need to be removed from your health insurance as a dependent. You need to update your emergency contact information at your doctor's office, your workplace, anywhere I'm listed. We need to separate the phone plan. Cancel joint subscriptions. Close the joint credit card. Refinance the joint line of credit under your name alone, or close it entirely. After 60 days, I want zero financial or legal ties. No shared accounts. No shared responsibilities. No shared anything. Clean break. Bree stared at the timeline. 60 days. That's generous. I could request 30. This is so clinical. So cold. This is me being clear. You wanted a new life. I'm giving you the space to build it. But I'm not staying attached while you do. Her lawyer reviewed everything. Made some minor modifications. We agreed on language. Signed initial documents. At the end of the meeting, everyone started packing up. Bree stayed seated, looking at me across the table. Ethan, can I ask you something? Are you sure about this? Are you absolutely sure? I thought about everything. The 7 years before, the 6 months of watching her pull away. The night she said yes when I asked if there was someone else. The reset plan note. Tyler in my house. The hospital. The coffee shop. All of it. Can't we try again? Go to counseling. Work on things. I looked at this woman I'd loved, who I'd married, who I'd planned a whole life with, and I felt nothing but a sad kind of relief that this was almost over. I forgive you, Bree. I actually mean that. I forgive you for the affair, for the lying, for trying to move money, for all of it. But forgiveness isn't a lease renewal. It doesn't mean we go back to how things were. It means I'm letting go of the anger so I can move forward. So that's it? We're just done? We've been done for a while. We're just making it official now. She left with her mom, loading the labeled boxes into their car. I watched from the conference room window. Megan stood next to me. "You okay?" "I don't know. Ask me in 6 months." The divorce went through in 90 days. No kids meant it was straightforward. No contested assets. Just paperwork and filing fees and a judge signing forms in a courtroom that smelled like floor wax and recycled air. I got the notification on a Thursday. "Your divorce has been finalized." An email. That's how 7 years of marriage ends. An email from a court clerk. Bree moved in with her parents temporarily. I heard through mutual friends that she started therapy, got a new job at a different agency, was slowly rebuilding. I genuinely hope that's true. I don't wish her harm. I just don't wish her anything anymore. Tyler vanished from the picture entirely. Apparently faced charges for the DUI, lost his training certification, moved back to Dallas to live with his brother. I have no idea if he and Bree stayed in contact. It's not my business anymore. I downsized, sold the 3-bedroom house with all its memories, and bought a 1-bedroom condo closer to work. Smaller, simpler, mine. I deleted all the food delivery apps we used to share, changed my routines entirely, started running in the mornings instead of evenings, joined a climbing gym, took a pottery class that Megan signed me up for as a birthday present. I was terrible at it, but it was something new. I'm dating again now, slowly, very carefully, very honestly. I'm upfront about what happened. I don't hide the divorce. I don't pretend I'm not carrying some damage, but I'm also not broken. I'm just different than I was. People still ask me if I did the right thing. Friends, family, co-workers who heard the story. They ask if I was too cold, too unforgiving, if I should have given her another chance, especially after she got hurt. I don't know if there's a right answer to that. What I do know is this: being someone's safety net is a choice, not a debt. You can build a whole life keeping someone else stable, keeping them safe, keeping them grounded, but you can't force them to value that. You can't force them to choose it. And when they decide they'd rather have excitement than stability, when they'd rather have passion than partnership, you have to let them go find that. You can be kind without reopening the door that broke you. You can wish someone well without sacrificing yourself to save them from consequences they chose. You can forgive without forgetting. You can move on without moving back. And sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for someone is let them face the full weight of their own choices. Not to punish them, not to get revenge, but because that's how people grow. That's how they learn what they actually value. So Reddit, I guess I'm laying this all out because I still don't know if I'm the good guy or the bad guy in this story. I'm asking for perspective, for honesty. Am I wrong for refusing to take her back when she was injured and vulnerable? Is it petty to ask for reimbursement for affair-related spending from our joint account? Or is that fair accountability? How do I stop feeling like the villain when all I did was protect myself and set boundaries? Because right now, 6 months later, I don't feel like a saint or a monster. I just feel like someone who survived something hard and came out the other side different but still standing. And maybe that's enough.